The COVID-19 pandemic has brought about feelings of uncertainty and the fragility of life. We walk into the unknown with so much faith and hope and opening businesses despite the economic chaos. So how does one do that? Today, Miss Susie Abelia will share to us how she created a sustainable business out of her passion. Take it away, Miss Susie. Welcome, Miss Susie Obelia. Where are you right now?
I'm currently in Isabela, but I'm actually Siargao based, but I got stuck here for 5 months now at my parents' place because of the pandemic. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the slow life of the province.
I see. So yeah, I saw your business on FB and the name alone, the Modern Maria, talagang kinilig talaga ako eh. I said, wow, I'm going to contact this woman. I'm gonna bring her on the show. Yeah, because the Modern Maria, it really speaks volumes. To me, it's a verb that moves an ordinary Filipina to level up.
Yep.
So yeah, yes. Indeed, the future is female talaga. The Modern Maria.
Yes.
I
agree.
Yes. I read your media kit and word for word, I read it. And well, today I'd like to hear from your own words about this interesting name, all about your business, and the way it captures the essence of of a fellow Filipina who is making moves in the business space. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so actually coming from what you've said, the Modern Maria was originally a women empowerment blog, which I launched 5 years ago. So it went through a total transformation because 5 years ago, the intention was to write articles about empowering women, thought leaders, like feature articles about people like women CEO, something like this. But then I think that 5 years ago the intention was right, but I couldn't find the right niche for my blog. And for me that's important. What's the kind of pain point that I'm answering to the people who will be listening and reading my blogs? So I eventually dropped the whole idea because I thought that I'm not ready for it. And then fast forward to today, after building CNAG. So CNAG Hostel was my first biggest commitment to entrepreneurship, and we had to go through a lot of things. That's why I love it so much because it's like my baby project. And 3 years ago, we went to Siargao. We found this space in Siargao, and I told myself that I'm gonna create a hostel here. And that was my first visit in Siargao. And from then on, we challenged ourselves to raise about 7 million pesos to fund that project. And I don't have the 7 million pesos. And that's why I sold the idea to different people. So I had investors. I pitched to at least 20 people to put up the idea. And that's where it all started. Like, I realized that for you to be able to push through with your business idea, you really need to focus on the vision. So my vision is have that hostel in Siargao, make sure that I'm ready, to accept or I'm ready to meet the demands of the island because back then Siargao is not really that popular yet, and we had the hunch that it's gonna be big one day, and so we realized that we wanted to have that business right there. And I'm also having that kind of epiphany that I'm done with the city. I always felt like I'm gonna leave the city one day, and maybe this is the right opportunity to do that. And so we built CNAG from scratch. So since putting up CNAG, bravely transitioning myself from the 8 to 5 p.m. job, I genuinely wanted to help everyone who wanted to put up their own business as well, because I know someone who's really passionate about it but don't have any funding, or they don't know exactly how to start. I know how hard it is to go through all this whole process. And so I decided to go to do a program to invite ladies and women for at first to join the program and wing it as I go. So I had a business background. I graduated in UP Diliman with a business degree. and 7 years in corporate. So I try to,
Mm-hmm.
combine all of these learnings and experiences to come up with a business plan and sell that idea to the investors. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm teaching these people who came up to me and said, okay, I need help. I have a business idea, but I don't know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
So I use the same page, going back to the Modern Maria page. I
Yes.
used the same page and updated the Modern Maria Facebook page um, to a whole new level, which is now more solid because I have the solid niche. I already have the solid objective of and vision of how I want it to be moving forward. And now, yeah, I relaunched the Modern Maria, and I am really, really grateful that it has found its new home.
Yes, yes. Now, what the I know that Modern Maria is into business coaching, helping others, birth their
Mhm.
passion and profiting out of it. So, when does one need a business coach?
Actually, that's a good question because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, you can always execute a business idea without a business coach. And I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of people have done that.
Yes.
But there are three things on top of my head that would be very beneficial
Mm-hmm.
for someone who wants to or is thinking of getting a coach. So, number one, if you have an urgency or timing factor, so when you want to execute a business idea as soon as possible, for instance, 2 to 3 months from now. So that could be like you would need a lot of the help that you need, like more of a real time feedback, and you will only get that from a coach. So it can also be, you can also like bother some of your friends to give you advice, but it would be very, very beneficial to really ask someone who are hired, to do it for you. Like just listen to your ideas, go feedback, and then improve on it. So it's very valuable to have someone like that. And
Yeah.
the second thing is a lot of people are doing online courses right now, like the self-paced
Yes.
courses. I'm sure you have done one way or another because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
pandemic, and it forced us to to virtually learn a lot of things. And I really love that idea because the resources
Mm.
are available everywhere and it's
Yes.
free and you can always access it as long as you have the internet. But of course, if you are building an idea from scratch, you would want more of a customized strategy. So you can always have a course, but it will not tell you how to localize that kind of idea. For instance, like you're launching, I don't know, a business coaching,
Yeah.
business. So you might not, the business coaching industry, you can localize it. You can make it more customized according to the Filipinos. If you are targeting to a worldwide market, you can also customize according to that. And I think that's the value of having a business coach because she or he can be able to help you out on how to adjust your business idea according to the market that you're targeting or even physical location where you are in. So yeah, that's the second one. And lastly, I think this is one of the most important as well. It's good to have an expert that will give you insight when you get
Mm.
stuck, because normally when you're working on your idea for such a long time, you always have this close-minded perspective, like because you've been used to looking at your numbers, looking at your business idea for the longest time.
Yeah.
And even though the solution is staring you right on your face, you
Mm.
won't really see it. It's not that obvious for you. But when you have a business coach, and I've seen the power of that, like, oh
Mm.
yeah, I've been looking at this for a long time, but I just
Mm.
need another set of eyes to look at it.
Yes.
And then that's it. The I have the idea. So you just need an objective opinion, not objective opinion, but an objective note from someone that this
Mm.
is how you do it. It's always been there, but you just need a fresh perspective on how you look at things. And I think the business coach is definitely valuable for that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's really good to know because there's a huge difference. If you're
Hmm.
going to compare that with just a course, there's no
Yeah.
accountability in it. Walang mapupush sa'yo na,
Hmm.
oh, ito yung gawin mo, ito yung kailangan mong achieve in this certain week or something, di ba? So, yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Oo.
Yeah, that's why the urgency and the timing, someone to really give feedback to you and push you. Yes, that's the
Mm,
best. That's the best word for that. Like motivate you to keep
yes.
working and not procrastinate.
Mm. Yeah, so how do you define success in business amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and the recession for that matter? Ngayon.
Mm. Ooh, that's $1 million question. To be honest, it's really hard
Mm, yeah.
because it's such a survival game these days. And personally, I think like because I've worked with different kind of people from
Mm,
different background and different industries, and you
mm,
can see that some industries are really thriving, while some industries need to stop completely. Like for
mm,
instance, the tourism industry.
mm,
So I feel like it's unfair to generalize the definition of success at this point because there are so many things that are out of our control, especially it's something that we experience in the tourism industry where we're very much dependent on the flights, and if there are no flights, if there are no people coming in, it's hard to say whether we're successful or not because we're doing so well. Like quarter 1, we have a lot of sales, everybody's happy, and then the pandemic happened, and it was not it's something that is out of our control.
yeah.
So but we are good. I would say that we are good entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
but it's not our fault that the pandemic happened. So
There's
I
no
would
topic.
say yeah. So I would say that if you're in a digital business and you're not maximizing what the opportunity that is presenting to you right now, well, you have to level up your game. You
Mm,
have the space right now to be successful. You're maximizing the digital platform, all of these things. So if you've built your business around the digital world, then there is no excuse for you to not be successful. So you gotta work harder. Okay, but if
yeah.
you are a traditional business like us, it's really hard because you have a physical location, you're restricted.
Mm,
um some of the traditional businesses like restaurants can pivot well
mm,
because they still have that kind of a medium to make their services or their products available to the customers via delivery. But if
mm,
you are, for instance, from the tourism industry and you're limited to the location, then it would be hard for us to sell because
mm.
they have to go to Siargao for us to be able to
Right,
get
right.
into our sales.
Yeah.
So while you can do that, that's good. So the others, for instance, honestly, for me, my definition of success on this pandemic is just making sure that you are prioritizing what matters, which
Mhm,
is the most valuable asset of your organization, which is the
mhm,
people. You are successful for me if on every executive decision that you make, you're thinking about your employees and your staff and all the people that are depending on you. So that's it. Because it's really unfair to talk about sales or how you became viral, etc. For me, it's getting grounded on your values as a business. So I think it's a good time to look back at the values of your business, and if you are still following that, you're successful. As
mm.
easy as that.
Yeah. Can you cite some examples of businesses that you have birthed out of from your scholars right now in your
Oh, from the mentees, you mean? Ah, yeah. So I am doing the start program right now. So I think I'm gonna talk about that later on. But I've worked with about 9 individuals so far,
mm,
and most of them are already some of them are already launching. So for traditional businesses, I love working with traditional businesses. May I just
mm.
say because
Yeah. Yeah.
well, Sina Costa is a traditional business, and I love the face-to-face interaction more than the digital interaction. But of course we have to pivot, you have to adopt to the digital
Yeah.
world. But most of the people that I'm working with are from traditional businesses. So two of them are also working on accommodations. So right now it's really restricted restricted because they can't fly. But one of them is working on putting up a hostel as well in Siargao, but caters to wellness tourists. So people who are into yoga, into mindfulness, etc.
Yeah.
And another one is putting up a hostel in Siquijor. So watch out for that. And then another one is a caravan tours. I have also international students. So I work with someone from India,
Mhm.
and she's launching a caravan tour in about 1 to 2 years. So let's see about that because the pandemic is also restricting her. I also have someone from Cavite, something local, so baking supplies. Another one is from an international from Singapore particularly. So she wants to put up her own dance studio. So again, it's restricted by the pandemic, but she was able to pivot it to personal training. So doing personal training online, and then launching her own fitness line, so like yoga pants, sports bra, etc. That's Meg. Hi Meg, if you're listening.
Yes, I'm
And
here.
there's also someone, yes, I hope they will tune in. And then there's also one like a tutorial school for special children. And
Mm.
when we were doing the business planning for her, we were always thinking about having a physical location. But
Yes.
I thought like, okay, we should also pivot your business idea to something digital. And she was really hesitant about it because it's a bit challenging. Actually, it's quite challenging to work with special
Mm.
children because they have special needs. So I know that it's already challenging to do the blended learning with the setup
Mm.
right now with DepEd. But now it's a bit more challenging for her because of the special needs of these children. But it was working well. So she got like really consistent clients. I think she
Mhm.
has like 10 students right now, and it's enough to fill up the schedule for a whole day. Those are the traditional businesses that some pivoted. And then there's
Yeah.
also the digital business
Yes.
like wellness coaching.
Uh-huh.
So he is doing. He's about to launch his wellness coaching website and do some wellness coaching services, also yoga and Reiki. If you're familiar
Mm.
with this stuff, so I love this kind of stuff. I love
Yeah.
yoga, so I was so happy working with him. Another is a food hub. So Hungary, she's selling ube cheese pandesal and some meat products from their farm in Tanay.
Mm.
And then the latest one would be Ikagera. So she's launching her eclectic tablewares and she's gonna
Mm.
offer it on her Instagram account. So
Wow.
yeah, different people from different walks of life and different
Yes.
industries. So
That's
yeah.
quite a lot. Very impressive. Oh, well, when you say
Thank
business,
you.
yes, when you say business, we automatically equate it with funding. And so, especially when
Mhm.
you want to venture in something new, you have to put in the capital,
Yes.
money is really the first thing there. So, what about
Yeah.
people who does not have the funding? What are creative ways that you can suggest for them?
Mm. I had these questions a lot
Mm-hmm.
from the people who are inquiring on my page that
Yes.
okay, will I be able to get the funding I need after the program, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
etc. Because I know for us funding is still a big obstacle on
Yes.
between us and that kind of vision that we want for our business ideas. And the thing that I always tell them is that there's always a way. Okay, it happened to me. I was able to
Mm-hmm.
raise like 7 million pesos for that project. It will happen to you as well. But all you need to do is do your homework. Okay, so one option for you is to do loan. I didn't go to this kind of path because I'm not sure if I'll be able to take the the standards or the requirements of the bank. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have someone, a friend who can lend you money with a
Mm-hmm.
flexible payment term, that would be the best. That would
Yes.
be reaching out to the people closest to you. So you have loans, but I would say since I came from this strategy, the objective is to really make your idea happen.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else between you and that idea and the execution of that idea um, is just a big ano ba, it's just part of the process. Okay, so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if you need like 5 or 10 people to help you out, but you
Mm-hmm.
will find a way. So what you need to do is to get investors. Okay, so sell your idea, do your homework. So there's always like business plan to provide all the things that you need. If you do your proper business planning, your business idea will be attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't ask, basically the answer will always be no. So if you don't ask for help from anyone, you won't be able to move
Mm-hmm.
ahead with your idea, especially if you are looking at a really capital intensive business idea, just like, putting up a store, doing construction, etc. So I
Yeah.
guess that those are your options. Yeah. I
Yeah.
make it sound so easy, but honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, it's not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you are very sold, if you're very convinced of your business idea and you
Mm-hmm.
have 110% confidence about your business idea, you don't need to be afraid. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Yes, it feels like the show Shark Tank, yung they pitch,
Exactly
yung
that.
ganon, yeah. Yes, meron
Yes,
film
yes.
version dun eh. Yeah,
That's my
you really gotta
version.
spend more to acquire more, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Parang ganon. Well, so what's
Yes.
your advice for somebody who wants to open a business today? Um,
Mm-hmm.
well, somebody who is already running a successful business, something viable already, but don't know what to do during the COVID-19 economy. When once it hit us, parang di tayo ready. So, what's your
Yeah.
advice for these people?
Whew. Actually, this advice
Mm.
is maybe something I needed few months back when when we got really hit by the pandemic. I think
Yes.
back on April, and actually I was supposed to just fly home for 2 weeks, and then I got stuck here because right in the middle of the pandemic they announced the lockdown, and I was in Manila back then. I had to make a decision whether I go back to Siargao or just go to my parents' place, and it's such a good idea to just go back to my parents' place because then I had the opportunity to spend some time here.
Mm.
But again, going back on the advice, it definitely is unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are planning, if you already have a business idea right now, and wait, sorry, it's already running. It's a
Mm.
viable business idea that is running.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so if it's already running just like us,
yes.
um, this is quite challenging because
Mm-mm.
most of the things that I got from solicited advices from different people is the first critical thing that you should look at is your cash flow. This is coming from a business perspective,
Mm-hmm.
wherein you're already running your business. I know you've earned something from the past months that you were operating, and the most critical part of your business right now is your cash because cash flow is the bloodline of your business. And from that cash flow, if you look at that, you have to make a lot of executive decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And from those executive decisions, you have to maybe have like difficult decisions like reducing the work hours of your people,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that they get some supports and benefits from you. Also looking at what can you do again from the I think from the question earlier, like you can think about pivoting yourself to another platform. If you can do that, that could also require a capital startup, maybe a small investment, but also looking again at your cash flow, whether you can afford it. But otherwise, you have to make that's where the entrepreneurial mindset comes in, because you have to make executive decisions whether, okay, should I just save this cash flow until everything becomes normal, or when we transition well to the new normal, and then I bounce back stronger. So basically what advice I can give you is promise yourself that you're gonna bounce back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So look at all the things that you have right now, because that's for sure. It's really hard to look beyond what tomorrow can offer.
Mm-hmm.
So look at what you have, like the cash flow, the people you have, your what can you do, your skills as well. So promise yourself, if you are still a viable business, and I think your business idea is amazing, you think that it will still run once the world opens up again, save that cash flow if you can. Pivot to another product or another
Mm-hmm.
platform, then go for it. But promise yourself that bounce back stronger. That's my advice.
Yeah. What about for somebody who wants to open a business today but lacks the infrastructure and the financial aspect?
Okay. There were a few mentees who did that. So they're very limited with the with the physical location. They don't have physical store. They don't have a lot of money as well. So my advice would be, see the situation as it is right now, because there are restrictions, but there are also a lot of opportunities. So when you open a business in the middle of the pandemic, you also have to take into account already the things that are happening right now. That is leveraging on the digital platform. That is knowing that you have to consider the safety of the people, of your customers, making sure that your product or services will still be accessible to them but not compromising their safety. So just look at those things. So don't I would say don't be super optimistic that the economy will open up again like in a month. So don't look beyond that, but look at
Yeah.
the situation as it is right now. So think about a business idea that can thrive on this kind of opportunity, on this kind of environment, and think about it well. So it doesn't have to be really expensive, just like what you said. If there are no Actually, if you're restricted without the construction, that would already lower your costs in, I don't know, but significantly, because you don't need to construct anything. But if you maximize the digital platform, you can do a lot of things without spending so much money. So look at the situation as it is and build your idea from there, work around it.
So
That's it.
if I was one of those people, why would I hire the Modern Maria? Oh.
Ooh. That's my Miss Universe question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You will hire the Modern Maria
Mhm.
because you want to be a successful entrepreneur. Ooh, I think
Yeah.
that sounds like a big promise, but I will explain a bit.
Mm.
I think because of what we're experiencing right now, there's so many reasons why business can fail, and we can't really blame the person running the business that, oh, it's your fault, the pandemic happened. So there's so many factors why a business can fail. So one
Mm.
is the pandemic, one could be,
Yes, yes.
you trusted someone to take care of your money, and he ran off with all those money and you got bankrupt. So those are the factors that can happen in real life, and it's not your fault. It could You
Mm.
could have done something, but it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is the business might fail,
Mm.
but it can make an entrepreneur out of you. I
Mm.
hope that makes sense.
Wow.
There's so many, yeah, there's so many things that can happen on the business, but a successful entrepreneur would have the kind of mindset that can learn from experience, learn to adjust what happens on the situation,
Mm.
and eventually you'll find a way to make it back
Mm.
there, because you already have the kind of mindset of a successful entrepreneur. You
Mm.
know that the first time I told one of my colleagues, when I opened, when I was trying to get investors for my project, he told me that 9 out of 10 businesses will fail after 3 years. So
Mm.
I
Mhm.
would I could be part of that statistics, and I'm shooting for a star for that 1 out of 10, that maybe I will make it out alive after 3 years.
Mm.
But it didn't really stop me. It was like, okay, maybe if this fails, maybe I can think of another one. And I think this is the source of fear for some of the people, na baka mag-fail. What if
Mm.
what if, what's the worst thing that can happen if it fails? Okay, but you gotta have the right mindset to do it. And a lot of the things that were not being published on the internet everywhere is the kind of journey that entrepreneurs had to go through. Like, some people don't get it the first time. Some people had to go through a lot of businesses and fail every time
Mm.
until they get the traction they need. So it's all about having the right mindset, having the resiliency. So for me, what I want to I guess to envision, or what I envision with my mentees, is that you become a successful entrepreneur if you learn from your mistakes, if you see things differently, if you think of innovative ways on how to do things, if you
Yes.
open yourself up to different kind of perspective. So
Yes.
that's all the entrepreneurial mindset, and you can move forward with it, with this mind and your heart to move forward. And that's what I'm planning to achieve in the program. So again, the business might fail, but it will make an entrepreneur out of you, and that's my vision.
Yes, that's beautiful. I love that word, innovative. I think we should really,
Mhm.
have that in each of us, diba?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so, what's your own definition of success?
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting question.
Mm,
So success for me
mm,
is the freedom to schedule my own day, be not limited with my location, while making a difference to a person. And again, I will explain that a bit, because I think that it's very different for some people. So some people want financial independence, some
mm,
people want to have a car or a big house, etc., and we honor that. And for me, having the kind of liberty to do something I love
mm,
is my definition of success, while making an impact to the people closest to me. So it could be as simple as helping out my family,
mm.
making a difference to my employees, to my staff. It doesn't matter if you have like one or two people like working for you, or 11,000. But the thing is, that's why I'm very much drawn to entrepreneurship, because I know that going through this path will take me to that kind of success that I'm already yearning for. Right now, maybe part of it, I'm already on my way there, because I'm like, I already quit my job, so I'm already out of the 8 to 5 p.m. I'm
Mm.
still not, I guess, location
Independent.
well, yeah, location independent. Yeah, I still want to travel a lot more, but I feel like through entrepreneurship you can make a lot of difference to the people around you. And I can see that when we created CNAG, when I built a small business, hiring someone, it really feels nice to be able to see the kind of impact that you make, or that you create with them every day. So it doesn't need to be a big business, but for
Mm,
me, entrepreneurship, or yeah, being an entrepreneur,
mm,
you are contributing a lot to the growth of the local economy. Because just imagine, you are when you build a business, you are also making a difference to the lives of your
yes,
suppliers,
that's
because
right.
you're ordering from them. It's a source of income for them, and of course your
Yes.
employees and all of the people like closest to you, the community. So I think that there is so much potential, on investing more on entrepreneurship, and
Mm-mm.
women as
Mm.
well. So we need more
Yeah.
women entrepreneurs, and that's again part of my vision.
Yeah, beautiful. How do you stay motivated right now?
It's really
While we're on the
hard.
lockdown, in everything that you
Yeah.
do, actually.
Yeah. For me, it was really hard, because I think most of the people are experiencing this, especially when I moved back to my parents' place and I don't have my room anymore. And
Mm.
it's really hard to draw the line between your work and your life, because sometimes they
Mm.
just arrive and
Yes.
get um yeah, they bother you with some of the house stuff, and you need to do house chores as well. So it's always about finding, setting a boundary for you
Mm.
and your family, or the
Mm-mm.
people you interact.
Yes.
So for me, one thing is to set up a routine, to set my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's every day morning I do yoga or meditation, or I
Ah.
run and work out. So that's like my room. So it's my
Mm.
room for me to disconnect to the world, to the people. So it's just me and myself and I. And it's really nice, because I feel so much better whenever I do like a 30 minute to
Mm.
1 hour
Mm.
yoga. So I feel like,
Mm.
I'm trying to detoxify all my thoughts. And so set up a routine that's always working, for me. What else? when I think about, because right now, honestly, during this pandemic, I have thought of a lot of business ideas. My mind is running 24/7.
Ganun
And
talaga
so I
ako.
always have, yun nga eh, I always have to dump some of my ideas to someone. And I
Mm,
would also recommend this to people who are working on their business ideas. Don't stop talking about it. And when I say don't stop talking, not just talk, not just sorry, don't stop
mm,
talking about it. Talk about it to someone, okay? Because
yes, yes.
then you make her or him accountable to you as well. And
Mm,
that's where my accountability partner comes in. Because I met someone from an online academy back in April,
mm,
and we decided that, oh yeah, we met, we got the same vision, and then we created this group called Passionate and Empowered Women Entrepreneurs, and we haven't met in person, so we just met each other online.
mm,
And we realized that there's so much power on the digital platform right now. And
mm,
if you can meet, if you have the opportunity to meet someone who has the same vision as yours,
mm,
that would be very rare.
mm,
So
mm,
almost every week we're talking to each other, pushing each other, like put up content,
mm, mm,
launch this, but just all the business ideas I dumped to her. And hello,
mm.
Sarah, I hope you're
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
listening.
I'm following.
But yeah, yes, it's so nice that to have someone to listen to you genuinely
Yes,
about your
I
business,
agree.
because you can always tap your friends, but there's always that someone who are very much into entrepreneurship with you and who is
Yes.
willing to listen to all your crazy ideas. So
You're
that's
right,
good.
right. Yes,
um
right.
yeah. and and then lastly, I think it's important to maximize the online resources. I get
Mm, yes.
motivated from watching just TEDx videos and
Mm-hmm.
all of these online courses,
Mm-hmm.
even the short articles about entrepreneurship, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening with the world, and not news ha, kasi minsan nakaka-drain na siya, but
Oo.
the things that I find really really inspiring. So I always go to that kind of website where I think I will develop my personal growth, and push me to do better. So just
Mm,
actually last night, actually 2 days ago, yeah, 2 days
mm,
ago, I lurked sa YouTube. So I spent like around
yes.
3 hours there, just learning how to do Facebook targeting and Facebook ads.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
learned something. And it's something that is pandemic proof. You can definitely use that on every business that you might think of,
Yes,
because
yes.
everyone's going digital right now. So I feel like you can definitely have a lot of inspirations from
Mm,
online resources, from talking to people,
mm.
and yeah, and from setting your boundaries.
Right,
For
right.
me, it's like motivation is very fleeting eh. So especially for me, who works like crazy for one day, and then
Mm,
another day parang gusto ko 2 hours lang ako mag-work. So it
yeah.
it's good to have like a certain routine that you
Mm,
need to do every day, or to have someone to listen to you
yes.
whenever you feel like you're uninspired and unmotivated. Yeah,
Nice,
that's it.
nice. I'm curious because this question is not on the list, but I'm really curious and I want to ask, what is Miss Susie Abelia praying for right now?
Oh my God. I'm praying for a lot of things, but to
Mm,
be honest, my priority is to really, really, really stop the pandemic.
yeah, yeah.
I hope that it will stop soon, because I can feel
Mm,
it. I think it's been a long time. It's really taking its time,
yes.
and a lot of friends, close friends, are really parang personally affected by it. So some people
Mm,
in the hospitals,
right.
the tourism industry, the business industry, everyone's
Mm,
affected. So that's on
mm,
top of my priority. But
mm,
on a personal
yes.
aspect, like it's really easy. Like I try to be very grounded right now on what's important to me, which is
Mm,
making sure that my family is healthy. So that's it.
mm,
So I'm really praying that the pandemic would stop and my
mm.
family will remain healthy until the end of the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. Please invite people to check out your amazing work.
Oh yes, yay! So this is now my time to promote. Yeah, no, actually I'm running the Start program So
Yes.
it's a business planning program, and also I do also mindset coaching. So it's a
Yes.
6-week program where we do 5 live classes where I teach the
Mm-hmm.
art of business planning, and then we sit down on a customized strategy through one-on-one coaching. And
Mm-hmm.
the objective of the program is for you to transform your business idea into a business plan, whether the objective for you is to, to pitch to investors, or you want to prepare for your, business idea properly, and you want to learn all the basic things, all the framework of business planning that people might be thinking, oh, it's good to skip this because I want to go straight to sales. But more importantly for me, because if you have time to learn, then you might as well make sure that you are going to the right direction. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I posted this on my page yesterday
Yes.
where I asked, like, what's important, which is more important, speed or direction? And I would say the business planning, this whole program is meant to answer that. That it's not um it's not really well, sorry, it's not important, or it's more important for you to focus on direction versus your
Mm-hmm.
speed, because it's no use to really raise yourself to success or to get more
Mm-hmm.
sales if you don't know where you're going. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to
Right.
make sure that you make the proper planning for it. So
Yes.
please, if you are interested to join the program, I would love to welcome you on the third batch. So I will be launching actually my third batch tomorrow, but I still have like 1 week window time to accept more mentees. So I call them
Mhm.
starters because this
Yes.
it's start program.
Yes.
So if you'd love to join, you can message me. You can find me at the Modern Maria Business Coaching on Facebook. You can also add my Instagram account. That's the modernmaria.co. And yes, we can start the conversation and let's get to business.
Yes, fabulous. There's one line on your media kit that has really been in on my head the whole day. You said you don't want to just live your life; you want to live the life you chose, and it's super impactful to me.
Yes, yes. I find that very, very empowering as well.
Yes, yes.
So, yep. So definitely if you have that kind of objective in mind, entrepreneurship will pave the way for
Mm,
that, because again, you can adjust your lifestyle. You can live the lifestyle that you want,
mm,
and, continue doing the things that you love through entrepreneurship. So
yes.
I invite you to please go into business.
Yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for your precious time, Miss Susie. I
You're
wish you
welcome.
well. Yes, I wish you well. God bless you abundantly.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Miss B.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Rufus boy, let me love more, you just know.